I do work out a lot. A lot of people say, oh, that's why you lost the weight, because you work out. That's not why I lost the weight. I lost the weight because of the way I eat. I work out because I enjoy it. And it makes me feel good. In Sweden, we have a TV program called Come Dine With Me. I don't know if you have it here. 4 people invite, or we don't invite, 4 people have to make supper or dinner for 3 others. And you don't know who's coming, and you don't know what the others are going to make, and you give each other points. And at the end of the week, the one that made the best dinner wins money. And I was contacted by the TV to ask if I could be a part of this program, because I eat low-carb, high-fat. And I didn't know who the others were, so I thought they were probably also low-carbers, but they were not. So I got day 1, and not knowing who the others were coming. When they arrived, there was obviously nobody that was a low-carber, and it was quite easy for me because I made the dinner. And they all liked my food, so it wasn't a problem. And they were really nice, and I'm a nice person, so I'm not aggressive in any way about the way I eat, but I'm very firm in what I believe, and I'm very firm in what I eat. So I don't do any exceptions. So I warned them all, just so you know, I'm not going to eat your potatoes, and I'm not going to eat this and that. On that Monday evening, my mailbox was just bombarded with hate mail. Hate mail. I think I counted over 300 mails. Because food is feeling. And they are sitting on TV, being very nice, but generally saying, I don't eat carbs because it's not good for me. And then I reckon that people at home get the guilt feeling that, is she saying what I'm doing is wrong? That's not okay. That program that week had the highest, what do you call it? The rate of, yeah, of what people watching ever. Because it caused so much provocation. After that, that was like a really fun program. A year ago, I was contacted by a very serious program. Science World is what we would translate the name to, where they asked me to give a course to 8 diabetics on how to change the way they eat. I'm not going to talk about children. I'm getting there. And they wanted to prove, or they wanted to bring up the fact that why is Sweden spending so many millions and billions of money on diabetic medicine instead of just easily, with no costs, teaching them how to eat. It was a really good program, and it was very successful. The 8 diabetics, they'd had diabetes since the 90s. Nobody had ever had a normal blood sugar since they got diabetes. They were all told to eat the carbs as long as they take the insulin. They all had diabetes too. They were with me for a weekend. I made all the food, and I taught them what they have to do. We went shopping together, what labels to look at, where the hidden sugar is. The next day, after 24 hours of low-carb, high-fat, they took the insulin after eating, and the cameras were on, and they were like, oh, I can't believe it, I can't believe it. They had normal blood sugar after 24 hours. Some of them were crying, because they had been going for years and years and years. Half a year later, they filmed the same group again, and almost all of them were off all their medication. There was one guy, he took 30 medicines. One guy, he had 30 medicines due to all the complications, and he's down to 1, and he's 40. So it just shows. Now, children. Ooh. Today's children, we breastfeed them. The most natural thing for a baby to eat is breast milk. 56% energy fat. Also a lot of carbs, because the babies obviously have to grow. I think they double their weight the first year. And then after breastfeeding, generally now I'm talking about how it is in Sweden, because I'm not really sure how it exactly is here, but I think it's very similar. Directly after breastfeeding, they're told by the government that says this is how you should eat, to start drinking low-fat milk, which is generally telling the moms that you're poisoning your children by breastfeeding because it's so high in fat. But now you must give them low-fat. Low-fat milk and margarine. Our body would not produce something that is dangerous for our babies. Our body produces things that are good for them, so they will grow healthy and strong and not get sick later in life. Low-fat milk, fat-free milk. Formula. Let's have a look at formula. My children have also drunk formula. If you look at the ingredients in formula, if you look closely at the ingredients, you don't need to read all this, but you will find maltodextrin. Does everybody know what that is? It's pure sugar. It's like a really fast carbohydrate. That is what bodybuilders take after a heavy workout to give them the energy back. That is what is the main ingredients in Gainer's energy drinks. This is in formula to give our children, and it is also addictive. So children want more and more formula. Read the labels. What really shocked me, and this little baby, is that what I found here is chocolate formula. Did you guys know that exists? No. From 12 months old, you can give your children chocolate formula because they like it even more. I don't know how here, but in Sweden, formula is used to comfort. It's used when they're going to go to bed at night to make them sleep. It's used during the night when they wake up because they're so addicted they need more, to give them more, a quick drink so the parents can go back to sleep. It's given when parents are going shopping. They have a powder with them, a bottle, shake, and it's done. It's all the time for comfort. It's a quick fix for parents. It's so easy. But what does it do? It really bothers me. Formula is not something we want to give our children at all. What should we give them? Food. Exactly. So many people mail me and say, I don't know what to give my child instead of formula. You give them food. You give them what you're eating. Or preferably, good food. I see that you have this My Plate here. And the first 2 days that Daniel and I were here, we spent shopping. And at the one store, I actually saw that they sold these plates as a plate. And I asked at the shop, like, do people buy this? Yeah, so the parents know how much to put on the plate for the babies. I don't see fat anywhere on these plates. Fat-free, margarine. The dairy, from what I've understood and read here, is that the most dairy that they drink with this plate recommended is a fat-free milk, and then it's a low-fat milk, and then reduced fat milk. And quite far down, it's the normal milk, and even chocolate and strawberry milk. Then we get today's reality. A whole lot of junk food for children that hardly has any nourishment in it whatsoever.